Hey everyone, welcome back to the Coding Guide. In today's video, we're going to create a fun and interactive Click Me If You Can button using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's dive right in. First, let's set up our basic HTML structure. We'll start with the boilerplate and write your title for the page. After that, write button tag and write any name for the button inside the tag and give an ID to the button. Sorry for this interruption. Then create a file with the name style.css for styling of button. And again, create another JS file to write JavaScript code. Let's see a preview of this code. You can see a button, and we are now moving towards further code. Link your CSS and JavaScript files to your HTML page to run it properly. We start with the body tag using Flexbox to enable easy centering. The display, Flex, property allows us to use Flexbox, while Justify Content, Center, centers the items horizontally, and Align Items, Center, centers them vertically. By setting height, 100 VVers for full viewport height. The margin, 0, removes any default margin that browsers might add. We give the page a light gray background and overflow. Hidden, prevents any content from spilling out of the viewport. Next, we style our button to enhance its appearance and position. The padding adds space inside the button, while font size increases the text size. We set the text color to white, which contrasts nicely with the green background of button. The border, none. Property removes the default border, and border radius gives the button rounded corners. By using position, absolute, we position the button independently and the cursor, pointer. Property changes the cursor to indicate the button is clickable. That's the end of the CSS. Now we will move on to writing JavaScript code to make it functional. We will start by adding the DOMContentLoaded event, which means all the code inside this event will execute after the entire page has been successfully loaded. First of all, we will access the button using its ID. Next, we attach a mouseover event listener to the button. This event listener will trigger whenever the mouse hovers over the button. Inside this event handler, we calculate the maximum X and Y coordinates where the button can be placed on the screen. We do this by subtracting the button's width and height from the window's inner width and height, respectively. After calculating the maximum X and Y coordinates, we use math.random to generate random values within those bounds. This function gives us a number between 0 and 1, which we multiply by the maximum X coordinate to get a random X position. We do the same for the Y coordinate. Using math.floor ensures these values are whole numbers, preventing any fractional pixels. When we set the button's style.left and style.top properties to these random values, the button moves to a new location on the screen. This creates a fun interaction where the button seems to evade the user's cursor whenever they hover over it. You can see the button moving to random locations, which means our code is working. The only thing that remains is to ensure that when the user clicks the button, an alert should be displayed. We can achieve this by using a click event on the button. Let's see how we can write the code to display an alert when the user clicks the button. You just have to use the alert function to make it work. Inside this function, you can write any message, and it will appear if the user successfully clicks the button. Everything is working, but we need to make the button's movement smoother so that we can clearly see its animation. To achieve this, simply go to the CSS and add the transition property to the button, specifying a duration of 0.5 seconds for both the left and top properties. That's the end of our video. We'll be back with more content, so stay tuned. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.